All right, now I'm going to read something to you that I want you to guess who wrote this. It's on the subject of propaganda. Okay, it says the really decisive question is this: to whom should propaganda be addressed? To the scientifically trained intelligence or to the less educated masses? In other words, who are we going to target when it comes to propaganda? All right, it must always exclusively be directed to the less educated masses. Okay, we have our target audience, the less educated masses. The whole art, continuing on, consists of doing this so skillfully, that is propaganda, that everyone will be convinced that the fact is real. Propaganda, like a poster, consists of attracting the attention of the crowds and not in educating. Like a poster, billboard sign, you know, all kinds of billboard signs that you see, propaganda. All right, the purpose is not knowledge. Its effect, for the most part, must be at the emotions, and only to a very limited degree the so-called intellect. All propaganda must be popular, and in its intellectual level must be adjusted to the most limited intelligence among those being addressed. Consequently, the greater the mass it is intended to reach, the lower its intellectual level will have to be. In other words, if you want to reach more people with propaganda, you have to lower its intellectual level to some very simplistic stuff like change. Yes. Propaganda is not about intelligence. It's about calling attention to a cause and arousing emotions to the cause. So propaganda is, now this is me speaking here, propaganda is a soundbite, it's a talking point, it's television, it appeals to the emotions, and you repeat it over and over and over and over again. You just keep putting it out there, putting it out there. You get all the politicians saying it, you get all the talking points in the newsroom saying it over, and believe me, they work together, okay? They work together, repeating the propaganda, repeating it over and over. Your goal is to educate the less educated, well, not educate, but to propagandize, let me get this right, the goal is to propagandize the less educated masses. And the way you do that, propaganda, just repeat the soundbite over and over again. Continuing on, the art. Now I'm asking you to guess who wrote this. The art of propaganda lies in understanding the emotional ideas of the great masses. The receptivity of the great masses is very limited, and their intelligence is small. Now, if you want to know what big government thinks about you, right here it is. Their intelligence is small. The broad mass of a nation does not consist of diplomats or professors or individuals even capable of forming a rational opinion. It consists of plain mortals wavering and inclined to doubt and uncertainty. Now, this comes from a book entitled Mein Kampf, which means actually my struggle. The author, Adolf Hitler, the greatest propaganda master in the world, as far as that goes, Adolf Hitler.